YouTube, Uvijinaya Doubtfire here. Just kidding, it's Dawson Ryder. Welcome to my review for the Sentai Robo Toy History 45th Anniversary Edition. I have covered the old one previously, which was done like right after the anniversary with Goranger because it had Goranger a little bit into it, and this is kind of similar, where we have Zenkaiger 45th Anniversary, but we're starting to head into DonBrothers, and they have updated it since then. I think they've done a couple in between for each anniversary. I think they did one for Goranger and Goranger, and I've always thought about getting the updated version, but just never pulled the trigger for whatever reason, and I decided now was the time. And it's basically like the same book, but thicker. Like, here's my original copy from back in the day there, and you can see sort of the similar style. They took a different approach there, but you can see it's kind of the similar. You can see it's gotten a lot thicker since then, since it's been like 15 years since then, and I'll be doing a little bit of comparison, but it's the same style, and I really dig these books. It effectively just goes through the entire history of Sentai mecha within them. Like, you open up there, you can see some of the latest ones. You got Zenkaiger, you got Goranger, not Goranger, look at Goranger there, guys. DonBrothers, I don't know, I was going for Goranger. And you actually start with the pictures of all the boxes, which is actually really cool. It kind of reminds you of Stacy summoning them, but this is like a total nerd book, especially for mecha collectors, but I really do appreciate the inclusion of all the box art, especially since the Sentai box art is usually cooler, and they even include stuff like the special black editions and stuff like that. Like, you can see right there, the black gold edition of Gingaman's there as well, and they include all the different variants as you go through. But I think it's just really cool to go through those. And like I was saying, you know, Japan usually has cooler boxes for them. We had some cool ones back in the day, and we got some cool like art on them now, but I think that they're always just kind of cooler to get, and that was something that I always thought was neat when I started collecting the Sentai stuff. I do think it's funny, I don't know why, but like most of this is like closed boxed art stuff, and then you have stuff here with like the open packaging. I don't know why, I just think that's kind of funny and, I don't know, interesting. And you get into sort of the modern day stuff, and it's basically got every type of release, especially when we get into ones in the modern times where there was like multiple ways to buy it. Like, oh, you can buy them individually or you can buy them as a set, and they have literally every one covered, which I think is just really neat. And then when you get into it, it shows all the toy releases. It shows what the toy release looked like, it shows the concept sketches, not like the concept sketches of like, oh, this is what it would have looked like if we went a different direction. It's literally just a sketch of what it ended up looking like, but it's still cool nonetheless. I think it would have been even cooler if they included a section of showing concept art of potential rejected designs. I think that type of stuff is always neat. But it goes through every series, showing you every mainline release. Live Man, that's one of my personal favorite pre-Goranger designs there. And then when you get to stuff like Goranger, you do have sections here showing off some of the special releases, which is cool. See the black gold edition releases, they showed the boxes for them there. You got that there, and you got that there. Goranger ones, I think that's really cool. You have that interspersed. And that's really cool to see. That's one of the things I like about this book, is I like being able to look through, not only at all the releases just for the cool history of like, oh, this is what this looked like, and the cool art, but I also like looking at it for like collection purposes of like, oh, I have this one, or I remember when I got this one, or I still need to add this one to my collection. And I think that's especially kind of nice for stuff like the special editions, because I'm kind of a sucker for the black edition or the black gold edition repaints. I have a little mini collection of them, not very robust, but I have a little collection of them, and I like being able to go and look like, oh, that's really cool, I want to get my hands on that one still. Like, I don't have that one or that one. I keep forgetting they did that one, but I like being able to go in there and look at the history of those and like scout out the ones that I still want to add to my collection. By the way, I still need to find a Predazord Gao Hunter for my collection. I get quite a lot of requests for that from retro reviews, and the reason I haven't covered it is I do not have it, and for whatever reason, it's like insanely expensive on the aftermarket. Maybe not insanely, but out of my threshold for reasonability, especially if they ever do like an updated version or something. But now we're heading into sort of the era of stuff that wasn't covered in my previous one. Goranger, Goranger, all that stuff, because mine ended at Goranger before. It always ends off like right at the anniversary plus. Like last case, like I said, it was Goranger. Goranger was the next series. This one ends off at Zenkaiger, but then dips into the very early days of DonBrothers. If you're from the future, we could be in like 3 series past DonBrothers, but right now we're just in the first mecha release hybrid of DonBrothers. And so you got Ninja, some Goranger, and it'll show you all the form possibilities too. And then there was a special edition one there, which is really cool. And that's probably my favorite part, is seeing the special edition repaints. Got your loop hats in here, some special editions there. That guy was hard to find, if I recall, the movie mecha. I don't know if it's still going on a high price on the aftermarket, but that one was a bench to find. See all the different formations for Kara Major. We're about to get up to date to the most current ones. So you got almost a Goranger there. Why is Goranger my default one now? But Zenkaiger there. and then we dip into the most recently released mecha as of this recording, which was the DonBrothers one here, which again hybridizes Zenkaiger. And then some special editions I didn't know existed. I knew this one existed. I still want to get this one. I missed several opportunities to get it. Not that you care about that, but I did not know this one existed. I don't know how it passed me by, but I'm actually kind of excited by that. And then it has a special section here of some bonus releases. You got the ones from Kyoryuger Brave or Dino Force Brave, and I have this one. I kind of wanted that one, but I didn't get all of them, but I got that one because it's a pretty cool design. And it even, as you can see here, has the 2017 Power Rangers movie mecha. I think it's funny that they included this version, which was the already put together action version with sounds, rather than the combinable one, since this is all about combinable mechas. Like, were they just embarrassed by it? Because I actually think this was the best version of the mecha released. I just think it's funny that they include that. And then they also include some special releases, like the updated Tokyuger one, the Villain Tokyuger mecha, the Sentai Artisan ones for Ninja, which are actually really cool. I think this is Metallic Shinkano. Does it combine with the Shinkano? And then right here, the most recently released special metallic version with the chunky legs, Juodru 1, Soul of Chokin 1, so it kind of shows off some of the special releases. And then even right here, some special edition sort of mech-adjacent releases right there. Like, they're not quite full mecha, but they're compatible with it. I think that's really neat. Now something, I don't know if this bothers me, but like in this one, it also had a selection highlighting some of the unique releases from like the US and stuff, and I just kind of wish this new one had it. I mean, I guess it shouldn't bother me too much since I own both books, but just for the sake of completion, it would be nice if this book included everything the previous releases had. Not that it's a huge deal, and it's not going to be like, don't buy this because of that, but I feel like if you're buying the most up-to-date version, it should just have everything and then some, and it would be nice for it to be truly complete. But again, that wouldn't be a deal breaker that I wouldn't recommend this, because I can still recommend this book. If you're a Sentai mech enthusiast, whether you're just an admirer or a collector, I think it's a really neat book to have if you like what you see. They're really neat for me personally, and kind of a special memory because I found this at an anime shop. This one, not this one, but it was just really exciting because I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but I always find it to be exciting when you find the 3 toku items your local anime store had, and it was really cool to find that book. So it's like almost nostalgic at getting this updated version, and I think it's just a really cool book to have as a collector, and this is the most up-to-date version, even if it's missing those couple extra pages, which isn't a huge deal. It's just something I thought about. But that's about it for this one though, guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications for my videos. DonBrothers, signing out.